Hello, Brandon Klissarch here from Guided Marketing. I want to show you how to build an ad. I know some people are having a difficulty, a hard time building these ads, but I want to show you how to make them. They're actually pretty easy. It takes a little bit of time, but you can come out with a really good one. So let's take a look here at Facebook. All right, so how to bleach your hair in 20 minutes without burning it. This would be your headline. So in your headline, you want to call out to people. It's very important to do that. So let me show you some tips here. All right, so in a headline, you want to make sure you can put something new. It could be easy, but if it's new and easy, that's really kind of like a double whammy there. That really gets the buyer emotion, really wanting to buy or take action. You know, it sweetens it up a little bit. It could be disruptive. You want to at least create curiosity or be new. Those are really powerful. It's got to grab their attention, obviously, and it could be a shocking statement, but for what we're doing here, we're not writing anything like that. And then, obviously, the second part of it is tell a story. You want to talk about the one thing you have for them. It's like the one thing you have for an offer. You don't want to tell them it's a bunch of different things. And obviously, it's got to solve a pain point, fix something, or help them, you know. Or you can give you can talk about the history of something. But let's go back here to making an offer here on Facebook and building an ad. So, all right, how to bleach your hair in 20 minutes without burning it. And see what I did here? This is without burning it. It adds safety, you know. It adds so how to bleach your hair in 20 minutes. That calls out to somebody, but without burning it. You know, you can always add that into your headline, so it's like a double whammy. And you can always use something how it's quick or it's safe or it's easy. You know, two parts like that in a headline really makes it activates it, kind of kicks it up a notch. So next part, call to the customer. You want to say, are you looking to color your hair? You kind of want them to self-identify and kind of like what you have a little bit more. I want to tell you a little bit about coloring hair. I should have probably put that there, but you can call out to them a little bit more. Say, is it hard to trust somebody? Are you worried about who's coloring your hair? Is it something you've been wanting to you rather just do at home, or have you been doing it for a while but you haven't had good results? Let me tell you a little bit here how you know I've got those results. And then this year I got there's a special free offer for you at the end of this, only good for 2 days. So what that does is it keeps them reading. It keeps them reading on there. I think my mouse is off on this one. If I can turn the mouse on, I'll probably have to do it in another video. Okay, but anyways, I'm on the part. There is a special free offer for you at the end of this. So that kind of cooks them. It kind of keeps them reading. It gives them incentive to keep reading this to the end, and that's what you want them to do. So it really makes it worthwhile. All right, tell a bonding emotional story, but benefiting the customer. So you don't go on and talk about how great you are. You want to go and talk about your struggles and how how it was hard. You know, not anybody can do this. Obviously, they're coloring their hair at home, or if they're maybe they go to a really nice place, and but maybe they're looking for somewhere that's better, and you're a good place, and you kind of want to do that. You want to get that business for somebody that's looking better. Well, you can tell in that story, you want to interject of how you got really good and what qualifies you as being really good. So you can talk about those pain points you went through life. Those pain points help you bond with the customer. So you're not just trying to say, hey, buy my shit. I'm really good. I'm really good. You don't want to do that. If you tell them the story and talk about your pain points, and you went to maybe different schools and you worked at a few different places and you picked up a lot of tips and trips along the way, and how you still were struggling. That's called the hero's journey. You can look up more on how to tell the story and how to get to really work really effectively. But you tell them like that. You say, hey, there's, I had a lot of problems, I had a lot of issues, or it was hard. Maybe not so many issues, but you run into a couple issues, and how you're on your journey to figuring out this. You talk about how you were really successful doing this, and how you had tremendous results, and people were thanking you and congratulating you, and saying how well and how good you became and achieved being really good in your position. So that way the customer can see in their mind, okay, this person's good. This is the person I want to color my hair. I want them doing it, So that's the purpose of that story, without having to tell them, hey, just buy my crap, because that's what everything's doing out there. And great copywriters, so you can just be this average person building ads and then become really effective by using this. I study a lot of people. I'm just gonna drop that. I don't have to tell you the story, but I study a lot of copywriters and a lot of advertising agents. Trust me, this stuff works. So, next part: overcome worries, objections, and pain points. You want to kind of go on maybe a little bit of like, are you worried about this? We'll make sure you're happy, you're not nervous, or think about what your customers are kind of going through and what they tell you. Well, I'm worried, I'm nervous, I'm worried about I'm just nervous being here, or this is the first time being here. You can go over those objections and pain points inside of this here. And then after that, but I definitely would do, like, if you can't think of anything off the top of your head, you could do research. You can go to SEMrush. Let's click here and go to SEMrush. This is the website that they are. All right, you can look at topics. So if you want to cover topics, maybe you can do some research in here. Go through these websites at the bottom and see what people are saying. You could pick little ideas out. You could be like trying to write this stuff right now, and you're like, I don't know what to say. But you start going to websites and see what they're offering, and all of a sudden it starts triggering your brain. Okay, now I know what to do. And just little things you start writing down here and there. But use the formula that I gave you and start writing stuff down. All your ideas you're getting before you write it. And then this one is ahrefs.com. And I just typed in hair bleaching, and it shows up how to fix orange hair after bleaching, how to get rid of orange hair. See, the nice thing about this too is, I know maybe you want to make your money on your hair color, right? But you got to think outside the box. And maybe if you talk about in your story about fixing people's hair too, you're not just a phenomenal, your story could be like, hey, I really did a great job, and I went to school and I figured out how to really do a great job in hair. But then I really found out it was more about fixing some people's hair. And that's the sweet spot where you're going to see people maybe jump from their stylist to come to you. Is you're like, I noticed people are having problems, or they're going to a barber and a stylist, or they're going to going somewhere to get their hair colored. And, this wasn't that they weren't doing such a great job. So I wanted to become better, so they have somebody good to go to, or they're the best, Then that's where you get the business from people coming. Maybe you don't want to fix orange hair because they take so many treatments. But if you explain that in here and you explain the process of helping people out, it takes 2, 3, 4 times, and the hair's got to grow out a little bit before you start getting to look good. Well, then maybe they'll do that with you, and then you have more appointments, you get more treatment, you got more fixing, And if you don't like doing it, maybe it doesn't bring enough money in. Well, then just charge what you got to charge, and it is what it is. But if you tell a good story and you do it in a good way, they're going to bond with you, and they'll want to pay you the money because they'll know you're worth it. So here's some stuff here. This is more ideas for you. How to get red hair without bleaching. How to, So this is stuff for you to tell in your story or to put into your stack. And that would be, here's another BuzzSumo. There's a bunch of different places. You can just type in keyword searcher, YouTube, whatever. You can look at what people are searching for on YouTube, what they're searching for on Google, anything. And you can find out buzzwords, and it just gives you ideas. All right, so this is your bullets here, and this is what you want to tell them. Okay, we got your benefits. Appointment same day, color for $200, but you don't want to just say, hey, we use this product. You want to talk about the benefits, like, hey, we use this product and it gives you the best color, gives you the best tone. We use the best stuff on the market. And be a little bit kind of detailed, a little bit, so they know what you're talking about, just enough to know what you're talking about, but really giving them the benefits, and have at least 5 or 10 of them in there. Hey, we're positive atmosphere, stuff like that, so they know when they go there that it's not going to walk into some cold place. You want to tell them all the benefits. So that's right. We have appointment same day, color under 200, and free tone. Okay, and then at the bottom, value stack. So even if you're a cheaper place, you don't have to put your actual price in there. Say you do toner for $40. Put it what the most expensive places charge. The most expensive place charges $50, $80, or whatever, $100. A cut, they charge $150. Bleaching charge. So max all that stuff out for the most expensive that you know of, and then say, hey, there's the discount and total our price, so they understand the value they're getting with you. Because you just go, here's a price, I'm like, okay. But if you do several things, put the price of each thing in there so they know what they're getting and what the value is to that, and then talk about your discount. And then it's always good to have a cute little bonus in there. Everybody loves to have a bonus. It just, I think they said it lifted about 20%. I see, bonuses are, they call them bonus pot sweeteners, whatever. It kind of like, it's like, oh, it's like a little free gift. They're like, okay, this is something on top of it. So that actually helps that too. And the last part here, call to action. If you don't have a call to action, well, you might as well not create an ad, because I don't think they're going to go out of their way just to magically get a hold of you. They can make a comment, but I wouldn't really worry about them reaching out to you or trying to make that the thing at the bottom. I mean, you could say in the comments, shoot me a message or something, but you want to also put in there, you could put in there, shoot me a message or direct message us, but I would put a phone number in there. If you had an appointment booker on your website, I would put in there, take them to the link so they can book an appointment, or you could take them to your webpage. But I wouldn't just take them to your webpage if your webpage is just like, I don't know, just a bunch of stuff about us and pictures around the building and the outside, and a couple of people cutting hair. Would definitely show, maybe if there's before and after pictures, and then like a book an appointment, I would definitely do that. Or if you could take them to a webpage, it's got this stuff in here: phone number, book an appointment, all the goods to get the deal to the next step. And then, last but not least, I would add pictures. And if you have before and afters, I would load that puppy up, because before and afters are cool. They can visualize themselves. Maybe they see somebody the hair that's like theirs is all ragged, it looks bad, and then the after effect, like, oh, okay, I can get that result. I will definitely, I'm going for this, And they got everything they see here. They got the price, they got everything, they got the value. I would definitely put in there an address, because some people, I notice a lot in the ads I've done, they don't call. They don't book an appointment. They'll sometimes just show up. So put an address in there. Maybe they're too weird to call. Maybe they're just like, maybe they don't want to. Maybe they just want to show up. So I would put an address in there too. Get every kind of call to action you can in there. And then maybe at your last picture in here, you put a picture of you, maybe phone number up there, call me, schedule appointment. Just you saying a little hi, so that way they know who you are. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But this is going to be some pretty good heavy lifting stuff. This is really good structure here. Let me see if I can get back to my other part here. So here's your headline. New, easy, disruptive curiosity. Tell a story. Tell them, obviously you want to do one thing. It's about coloring hair, or you're cutting hair or whatever. You don't want to tell them you do 50 different things. You just want to say the one thing is you and how you do it. So you can look a little more online about a hero's journey, and that will tell you a real fine way how to tell your stories. It's actually pretty simple. Solve a pain point, fix something, story about helping, the history of something. I wouldn't really tell the history of your business unless it really installs a bunch of benefits of how those things you've done in history that you've gone through really helps the customer. This is really this about them getting this into their head, that they will know that you are gonna really help them out and get them the results they want. That's the point of your story. And you don't want to go and just sell them on stuff. We're the best. We're great. We can do this and that. The story kind of does that for you. That's the way you could do it without selling. You shouldn't sell at all. You should tell a story, and that that helps them bond with you, and their head decides that you're best. You want to always sneak in the sale. You don't want to sell to anybody. You want them to come up with that in their own head. Like I talked to you before about proof, reviews, before and after pictures, the bullets. You want to have at least 5 or more. I would go more, obviously. You want to help them, stuff that helps them, obviously the benefits, and not stats. You don't want to give them stats. Stats don't do anything. And then the bullet should kind of reinforce the story. The story should have similar things like this could kind of tie back to each other in there. You don't have to, but if it's hard to interweave them in there, definitely leave all the bullets. It's important to have a guarantee, like a risk reversal in there for sure. Definitely makes people feel safe. New, fast, safe, and easy. guarantee, warranty, risk reversal. That's the safe part of it. I mean, it's, when I talk about this stuff, this is what I'm talking about. New, fast, safe, and easy. This is really powerful copywriting stuff that big, successful companies use. And I do a ton of research on this stuff. So I'm giving you really good free information here. Call to action. I told you about that. And then scarcity, limited time. You know, that's a super important thing to have for them. So I think these give you some really good points of interest here, how to build an ad. And, you know, if you got any questions, you can reach out to me. But this should really get you going and help you build some structure. But write down as much stuff as you can for those bullets. You know, always be thinking about what you could do to overcome people's objections or problems or worries. And when you put that in the ad, it's less you have to talk to your customers when they come in. You don't have to feel like a broken record telling them the same stuff over and over again. All right, here's how we do it, and waste 20 minutes of your time just to make them feel comfortable so they go along with it. You know, so if you do that more in your story and your ad here, when they come in, you know, they're already, hey, I know you can do this. Let's do this. Let's go. So have a wonderful day. Have fun writing some ads.